Hey everybody, I was asked as part of this COVID lockdown to develop a video with my boys on fun family activities, and so we are recording today. We're gonna take and with Maxwell here and with Finn, we are going to make some zombie Rice Krispie treats using a mock fondant with marshmallows, and then using Rice Krispie treats to pull this together. So what you would need is 3 ounces of butter, 1 package of marshmallows, 6 cups of Rice Krispies or Cocoa Krispies or some type of a cereal. For the fondant, we're going to be using another package of marshmallows. I think it's 6 cups of powdered sugar and 2 to 3 cups of water. And then of course we will also use some food dyes, there's food coloring to give us some different colors as far as the fondant. We're gonna see how this goes. Are you guys ready to do some cooking with me?
Yes.
Max?
Yep.
Yep, all right. All right, so what we're gonna do for the next step is Max is gonna work in on fondant. So Max, you've already got some 2 to 3 tablespoons of water and some marshmallows. Could you add the rest of those? Yeah, and then Finn, we have 3 ounces of butter, and then Finn, could you put your marshmallows in your pot? Now the fondant is gonna go on a double boiler, and what I do with a double boiler, we don't need you to mix yet, bud. What we're gonna do on the double boiler is this is a metal pot, or I'm sorry, metal bowl that's gonna go on a pot with water, and the steam is gonna actually warm this one up. And then this one, are you trying to sneak some? Is that what's going on there? Oh man, Max, did you sneak one?
No.
No, you promise? Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna take these over to the stove. So our marshmallows and butter are gonna make our Rice Krispies. We have water in a pot for our steam. That's gonna make our mock fondant. And we're just gonna get these cooking. And as they're cooking, we're gonna look at what other equipment we need here today. So we have some cookie cutters, and while Halloween is what we're focusing on today, and Halloween is very important. Finn, what's your favorite holiday?
Halloween.
Halloween. Max, I don't know what your favorite holiday is. You're 2. How would you know that? Your Halloween's your favorite? All right, well, let's establish that. What we were able to do is grab some cookie cutters, Christmas cookie cutters. So we have gingerbread man that we're gonna use, and either you could use this for like a zombie or Frankenstein. I had a random apple, and we're gonna use the apple and we're gonna turn it into some pumpkins. And then if you want to do this for Christmas, you could absolutely do this for Christmas. You would just change it up. Instead of doing scary, spooky ones, you would do like Christmas trees and ornaments. You could do the same thing for Easter, or really anything that you have cookie cutters for. But in this case, we're gonna have the kids kind of do this as a fun activity. So we have cookie cutters that we're gonna use. We're gonna need some rolling pins. We will have some extra powdered sugar for the rolling of the fondant. Yep, you're gonna have a chance to roll, little buddy. And we have some spatulas and things like that. So if we go over to the stovetop, kind of what we see here is the butter is melting in this pot. We want the marshmallows to melt, and once the marshmallows melt, then we're gonna add 6 cups of cereal, in this case Rice Krispies, into this. We're gonna form those Rice Krispie treats, and that's what we're gonna wrap that fondant around. In the steam boiler here, we have water and marshmallows, and we're just going to wait for this to come up and melt as well. And then to this, we're going to add our 4 cups of powdered sugar into this and kind of knead it. So 3 of the cups go in right away. We pull that together, and then that 4th cup of sugar, we're actually going to work on the tabletop, kind of like kneading bread dough. For all of you COVID people who have been making bread, this is going to be very similar to that. Our boys have already run out of patience. That's all right. All right, so we've melted the butter and the marshmallow together here. For safety's sake, I'm gonna actually move it into a big bowl, and then Max is gonna help me measure out 6 cups of Rice Krispies. You got that, bud? Okay. So just move it into this bowl with kids. This pot is hot, that's why I'm moving it into the bowl. Now the marshmallows are hot, so boys, you don't wanna touch this, okay? And then Max, can you help me measure? All right, can you put that stuff down? You gotta put the whisk down, buddy. All right, so we need 6. Can you count 6 cups of this and put that in here? You gotta dig in there. And you gotta count them.
1,
That wasn't enough. We gotta make a full one, bud.
2,
So that's like 1.
2.
You gotta get them full. Oh man. You want full cups, bud? Here. We'll go like that. So we're up to 2. That is, what's after 2? Not 4, 3. Hold on. Give me that back here. What's that? 4, all right. What's that?
2.
2, that's 5. One more. What's that?
5.
Oh, we're at 6, buddy. We got 6 in there. All right. So now, Max, can you take this and can you mix it all up? Finn, can you hold this bowl for him? Come over to the double boiler over here. We can just take a look. Because there isn't any fat in this, that's why we do it on the double boiler. It just helps prevent those marshmallows from burning. So we had the water and the marshmallows, and here it's almost like fluff now at this point. So we're gonna take this over, and Finn is going to measure initial 3 cups of powdered sugar into this, and then we're gonna add a 4th cup of powdered sugar into this. Oh man, we're exploding.
It's 3.
3, all right. So now you can stir this up. Be really careful, otherwise it's gonna explode all over you.
Like Max.
Yeah, we got some cereal on the go. Max, you stop mixing. All right, so mix this together now, bud, and then we'll add 1 more at the very end that we'll knead in. Well, Max, you gotta work fast. Those Rice Krispies, they're gonna start getting solid.
What?
Roll, roll, roll.
I'm done.
You're done. You're not done. You gotta keep stirring, bud. That a boy. I'm gonna add that 4th cup of sugar, and we're gonna actually do that on a cutting board. It just makes it a little bit easier to clean. We can create, in pasta we would call this like a well. We're gonna do the same thing here. The well is just where you want your mixture to go. So we added that 4th cup of sugar. Now we're just kneading it, and we're bringing the sugar kind of over the top, and that's actually what's preventing this from being sticky. I don't know what we have going
You're
on
gonna
there.
go.
So we just want to kind of always keep sugar on our fingers, and that's that's what's gonna. This is all very sanitary. So you know, if you are doing these with your kids, I advise that you probably don't pass these along to your neighbor or extended family. This is one of those that we will be eating these. So don't sell these at a bake sale. But we're just gonna keep kneading that, and if it gets sticky, all you have to do is work some more sugar into it, which is kind of a weird thing to think that the sugar is actually keeping this from being sticky, but in this case, that's what's helping us a lot right now. And at some point too, you can, if you get the marshmallow on your fingers, you can use that powdered sugar to actually roll the marshmallow off of your fingers.
Well, if I was doing it, I would just lick my fingers.
No licking your fingers.
Then you need to eat it.
Then you need to eat it.
After.
No. That we washed our hands for a reason, kiddos. All right, well, I'm gonna continue mixing this. What we'll do is we'll come back when it's ready, and then we'll show you how we'll add some color to this and how we're gonna use those Rice Krispie treats to shape them. What I am gonna do with those Rice Krispies is I'm gonna put those on a sheet pan and let them cool a little bit before we start cutting the shapes out. So we'll be back in a little bit. We'll have the kids wash their hands again, and we'll see where we go from here. All right, so we are back. In the meantime, I added, actually it was probably 2 cups of sugar to get the fondant where we wanted it. So you basically are just going to keep kneading it until it doesn't take any more powdered sugar, which is right about where it's at. So what I would recommend is leave a good chunk of it uncolored. And then to the rest of these, I've just added food coloring to get them to the where I want them. Now, as you're adding food coloring, you're adding moisture, so you're going to have to knead additional powdered sugar into it. But we are at the point of where we're ready to go. So we have the Rice Krispie treats here. We put these on a sheet pan. As you're pushing them down, it's a good idea to use cooking spray to spray on your hands and kind of press them in. And then we have just some cookie cutters that we're gonna let the boys use. So Finn, you're doing a zombie right away?
Yep.
All right, so we have a gingerbread man in place of the zombie. And we're gonna use this as our base shape for our zombie creature. If we can get it out, hold on. All right, so what he's gonna be able to do now is he's gonna be able to take this, roll the fondant out, and then kind of put the fondant over, and then we can get some different colors in there. We can put a face on it. We can do some different things. Instead of using flour as kind of our base for kneading, we're actually going to use powdered sugar. So what color are you going to use to cover your whole Odude in?
Green.
Green. All right, green's a good color. And
Then
so,
we'll also do some little details
Yep.
with our colors.
oh, you'll do some details? That's a good idea. All
Yeah,
right.
because zombies, have bones and blood all over them.
Bones and blood, very important when you're working with zombies. All right, so you're gonna use that rolling pin, and don't use your fingers too much because your fingers are gonna make it wet. So use your rolling pin and roll that out. And Max, are you gonna do a pumpkin for me?
We like to blue.
A blue pumpkin, but pumpkins are orange.
We like to blue.
You want to do a blue one. Okay, well, we're going to do a blue one, which actually, if you put a blue pumpkin out in your home, it's alerting people who have potential allergies that you have allergy-friendly candy, for all of you who didn't know that. So if you see blue pumpkin or teal pumpkins around, now you know why you're seeing teal pumpkins around. That's alerting people that you're an allergy-friendly house. So, Max, I'm going to give you some blue here, buddy, and you're going to use your tiny little rolling pin. Okay, and we're gonna roll this nice and flat. Now, Finn, you're starting to see where it's sticky, so stop rolling, buddy. And we gotta get some more powdered sugar on there. So at the point of where we see it starting to get sticky, we wanna make sure we get lots of powdered sugar on there. And I'm not sure we're gonna be able to get this off, which is why I have this wonderful tool. And we're gonna re-roll that out, all right, bud?
Okay.
This might take a couple tries. We're gonna see if we can get this done. That's why, if you have watched Nailed It, it doesn't always go as planned, especially with small children. All right, so Finn, we're gonna try and roll this out again. And you don't want it that thin, buddy. You just want it a little thin, okay? So just a little thin. Max, it looks like we're gonna take oh man. All right, so Max, let's see if we can get some more powdered sugar down for you. You just want to do a little bit on this end here. Yep. If you want to roll just this little corner here, not so hard though, buddy. I know you're super strong. Yep. Roll that out with your rolling pin.
Here we go.
Perfect. All right. So this we can see is a nice sheet of green, which is perfect. Now, Finn. Not so hard, Max. Not so hard, little buddy. This is why you got to double team this. So moms and dads work on it together. If you have 2 kids at home, if you have 3, I'm not really sure. Call grandma, call grandpa, something like that. Take turns doing this. All right. So Max, just roll this out a little bit, and then Max, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take this blue and we're gonna cover this up, just like that, little bud. And that's what's kind of fun about using fondant, is you can cover it up.
You know what? I'm just
Shape it.
I'm actually.
So this is the back side. What we're gonna actually have is the back side doesn't have to look as perfect because should always be a downside. So what we want, we could just kind of pinch this around so it makes a nice tight seal all the way around. But now when we flip it back over, right, we just press in where those arms and legs are. And look, we have a start of a zombie. Pretty cool, huh?
And next, I'm gonna add the detail.
All right, so next do at this point
Usually bones are this color.
is we're actually gonna cut some of these out. I'll let the boys kind of work on this for the next, I don't know how long it takes to do a few of these. And then we'll come back with some finished designs that the kids were able to do. Maybe I'll do one or two so we can have some comparing and contrasting. But the idea is to really get the kids kind of working with this. Yes, it's sticky, but it's also pretty entertaining. So when you come back, we'll have a couple finished products for you to check out. Do not leave your children alone in the kitchen.
Put it to bed. Do it. Wait, I'm doing this.
All right, so we have somehow completed a few of the Rice Krispie treats. Max might have started trying to eat blue food coloring, so that's why he has changed. Max, why don't you stick your tongue out? Yeah, and we're gonna take a zoom in. Finn, why don't you tell us what we were able to do here today?
So, one pumpkin, an orange snake, and
Finn, would you want to do this again?
yes.
Max, would you want to do this again? Was it pretty easy? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, so some tips. If you can do some of the things ahead of time, like have the Rice Krispie treats done ahead or the fondant done ahead, that will make it a little bit easier and a little bit less messy. Definitely make sure that you have clothes that you don't mind getting stained, because the food coloring can leave some staining factors on this. And then don't let the kids into the food coloring. So in the end, it was a pretty fun activity, pretty easy. We'll post the recipes, and I hope all of you enjoy doing this at home with your kids.